Thanks to the support as a channel member, Aiden C97. Well, the bonkers new Champions League format continues today as we continue presumably winning games and still being forced down the table because of this silly head-to-head and losing to Real Madrid. I'm not bitter about it. It's just ridiculous. Hello and welcome to part 17 of my FM23 beta save with Chelsea. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we're going to face Barcelona in the Champions League, and then depending on how that goes, we'll either play Porto or we'll go all the way through to one of the final games against Slovan Bratislava or Antwerp. We are currently on 4 games played, 9 points on the board, but right towards the bottom of this group of 9 because Real Madrid beat us, and then this silly little head-to-head group that you get. I forget, there you go, in the head-to-head table, because, I mean, Atletico haven't played anyone else in the head-to-head. Real Madrid have played us and beaten us, so that puts us down the bottom of it, which is ridiculous. They're the only one we've played and the only one we're still due to play out of the teams level on points with us at the moment. So there's literally nothing we can do to get better than any of those other 5 teams who are level on points with us. If we all finish on the same number of points, we'll finish towards the bottom of it because of that one game against Real Madrid, which is the ridiculous thing about not everybody playing everybody else. But as long as it doesn't force us out of the top 8, I guess that's okay. For now, we need to face a Barcelona team who are all the way down in 21st place, almost as bad as Tottenham. We could effectively end Barcelona's hopes of a top 8 finish with a win here. So that's exactly what we're going to try and do. I say try because league form has started to desert us a little bit. We had made it back to the top of the table, but then a defeat against Leicester and a draw against Aston Villa have let Manchester City suddenly grab a 4-point advantage at the top of the league. Erling Haaland is becoming more of a problem than he ever was. 26 goals in 16 games in all competitions so far this season. And we might be dropping our Premier League crown, which will be very sad. But let's worry about that another day. For now, it's all about the Champions League. And specifically, it's about beating Barcelona. And for that, we have Mendy in goal, a back four of Chilwell, Guardiola, Okoli and James. Camavinga and Mount in midfield. We've had to send Jude Bellingham on a little holiday because he's very tired now. He's playing week in, week out. Obviously used him better last year when I used him sparingly. Rodrigo, Musiala and Sterling then behind Kai Havertz up front. Let's get this team submitted. It does mean a rare start for Mason Mount, so he has an opportunity to prove that he has a future playing in central midfield for us, which realistically, with the huge amount of attacking midfield quality that we've got in the club, both centrally and out wide, playing in central midfield is probably Mount's best hope of securing a permanent spot in this team. As things stand, we've just moved up to 5th place, and I don't really know why. It all baffles me a little bit. Another thing that confuses me about this new style Champions League format is that every match takes place on the same night. It's all played. Is it Wednesday or Tuesday? I think they're all played every Wednesday. So every match is going on right now, which I can't believe that's how UEFA will choose to do it when the time comes, because obviously you want to maximise TV revenue, and having 2 nights of matches is better than having 1 night of matches, you would think. Also, I noticed that both the Europa League and the Conference League follow this exact same format. There are 3 36-team league tables across the 3 major European competitions. You look in the Conference League one and it is some ropey old teams in there. I don't see how this is sustainable. It feels like this is the change that makes football combust in on itself. But I guess we will wait and see. I do want to keep emphasising this isn't a football manager change. This is, as it stands right now, the change that is actually happening to the UEFA competitions in 2 years' time. And it kind of makes me think the Super League wouldn't have been such a bad idea after all. Are you allowed to say that in a football video? Is that going to be everybody very upset now? I'm very upset because we're losing to Barcelona. Lewandowski grabs a goal. And this does potentially pose a real problem for us. If we lose a second game, unlike the olden days, where you could lose 2 matches, still top your group and get a favourable draw in the next round, I don't see how we can lose 2 matches and finish in the top 8. This could spell trouble for us. We need to sort this out in the second half. This is where we kind of need Bellingham. Jorginho has forced his way back into the fray, having returned from his holiday. He's come back with a brand new attitude, no longer wants to leave, no longer causing trouble. So maybe we throw Jorginho in there in midfield. Camavinga, by the way, is now considered our best player. He's the one player we've got in the Premier League Dream 11. I know a lot of you don't rate him as highly as Bellingham. With good reason, I would suggest, from real-life football. But certainly in this world, Camavinga is now our star man. Not that you would know it from his performance here tonight, but I guess he does usually play as our box-to-box midfielder, which Mason Mount is doing, not as the more defensive of the two. We're going to have to go attacking. We've got to try and get back into this match. We're demanding more as well. Rodrigo has now picked up an injury, which is not ideal. I think it's time for a rare outing of the diamond. We haven't done the diamond at all yet this season, I don't think. But now feels like it's the moment to wheel the diamond back out. So Rodrigo is going to come off. Tammy Abraham comes on for him. We are going to take off Sterling and bring on Jorginho to play at the base of the midfield. And I'm also going to take off Musiala, drop Havertz back, and get Calvert-Lewin on as well, and get both Calvert-Lewin and Abraham on up front, with Jorginho offering a little bit more midfield security, and hope that as a triple change, trying something completely different is going to be enough to drag us back into this must-win game. Raheem Sterling, going to be his final contribution, plays it out to Reece James, who has got options in the middle, one of which is Havertz, who gets there ahead of the defender, but it's turned wide by the Barcelona goalkeeper. I've just seen Atletico Madrid are now beating Liverpool, which certainly puts the cat amongst the pigeons in this group of teams who were level on points with us previously, because Atletico hadn't yet played anybody who was in this group, and now they're beating Liverpool. It's going to be all over the place. Akoli now plays it forward to Camavinga. Camavinga just playing it back to Akoli. We need to get it forward. Just had the nightmare message telling me my hard drive was full. I had to just delete a bunch of stuff. That's what that big cut was, but I don't think we've missed any of the action. And there is Tammy Abraham. He's scored a goal with such oomph that it messed up the little graphical display at the bottom of the screen. It knocked the badge off of where it was supposed to be. But Tammy Abraham, once again, coming to the rescue. He really is the Tammy Abraham that I know and love from FM22. It took him a little while to get settled into this Chelsea team, but the more we use him, the more I realise we never needed Calvert-Lewin after all. Tammy Abraham is a superstar. We are going to carry on attacking and we're going to try and win the match. A draw doesn't really get the job done as far as I'm concerned. Chilwell can come off. Gvardiol can go out there, and we'll bring Pavard on at the back. And then for the final change, I think we need to get Conor Gallagher involved in this midfield. So if we bring him on for Camavinga, Gallagher can come on there. We know Conor Gallagher can hit a beautiful through ball. If he can just hit the right ball to any of that front three, we win this football match. And he's ideally positioned to do it if we can get the ball to him, but it looks like it's not going to happen. I mean, at least we stay in the top 8. That's the important thing, I guess. I would have hoped for more than a draw, though, from our home matches. These La Liga teams are proving to be problematic, but there is your confirmation. We are still in 6th place, and we now actually move up massively in this little group of head-to-head teams because Real Madrid aren't in it. We're now on more points than them. So the fact we lost against them is now irrelevant. We beat Atletico. Did we play Atletico? I think we did, and I think we beat them. No, we beat Dortmund. I knew we'd played one of these. So we beat Dortmund, and we're now top of the head-to-head group. I knew this tournament was brilliant. Oh, my word. What a mess. I think we are going to... I don't know, we have to look at. I think we have to do Porto. It's the last big important game. I think we're coming back from Porto. So we're continuing to be a little bit iffy in the league. We managed to pick up a couple of wins, but then struggled to get past Crystal Palace, meaning there is still a little bit of a gap above us in the Premier League. But we're not about the Premier League this year. We're all about the Champions League in its new format. We're away against Porto. Porto are down in 26th place. It's still weird to be talking about teams being that far down a league. I don't know that I'll ever get used to it. We're in 6th. A win here. I mean, you've got to feel pretty confident with a win here going into those final 2 group games. They're not group games, final 2 league games against Slovan Bratislava and Antwerp. Both at home, both matches we should win. This is our last proper test away against Porto, and realistically, it's a test you would think we should pass relatively easily. So Mendy in goal. A back four of Chilwell, Gvardiol, Fofana and James, Bellingham and Camavinga in midfield, Musiala, Havertz and Sterling behind. Big Tammy Abraham up front. My boy, Tammy, who needs to put in a performance tonight because we really do need a win after dropping points against Barcelona. More dropped points here, and it's difficult to say we're in trouble because we'll still be in that top 24. Like I mentioned, I think on yesterday's video, it's going to be very difficult as a Premier League team to get knocked out of the Champions League in the league stage. But we obviously don't want to play those extra couple of games that the playoff involves. The fact that it's called a playoff means I am guaranteed to lose it because I have already continued my playoff losing streak into FM23 over on Twitch. We've lost the championship playoff with Peterborough. So I think that's 17 consecutive playoffs I have now lost across now 3 different versions of the game. I don't want to play in anything called a playoff, but we've been in all 3 of the last finals. Is that right? 3 of the 4 last finals. We should be in the top 8 in this group. And Tammy has beaten the offside trap here. I thought this was going to be disallowed, which is why I didn't react to it massively. But he has perfectly timed that run, slipped the ball into the back of the net, and it is 1-0 to Chelsea. We had dropped out of the top 8 when we were level. I'd like to think that goal puts us back up there again. It's very close. I tell you what, it is exciting. I had planned to go straight through to the knockout rounds in tomorrow's episode, but I think what I'll do is show that last game against Antwerp, not necessarily because of the game against Antwerp, because I think we should win that comfortably, but so that we've got the match day playing out in real time and we can watch the permutations play out and watch all that side of things. I think that's going to be quite interesting. So we'll do that tomorrow and then go into the knockout games, which should be straight into the round of 16, because I'd like to think we're going to finish in the top 8. Although a lot of that is still down to what goes on here tonight. Chilwell trying to create something down his left-hand side, plays it in Havertz. Tammy Abraham beats the offside trap again. He doesn't. Actually, that one was given offside and he missed anyway. He only puts it in the back of the net when he's successfully beaten the offside trap. There you go. That goal has put us back up into the top 8 again. We're now in 6th place. And you would expect a couple more wins to come, like I say, and that should be top 8 confirmed. But we are only 1 goal ahead in this game, so we could do with another one just to secure that. And that's beautiful from Sterling. If Musiala stayed on side here, which it looks like it's going to be a little bit of a question mark, I love the unselfishness from Sterling, though. Could have very easily had a shot. Instead, plays it across goal where there was players lining up to tap it in. And unfortunately, on this occasion, one of them was offside. I don't even know if it was Musiala, because Abraham's in there as well. It is Musiala who's off. If Tammy gets there first, that's 2-0. But unfortunately, he's just let it go for Musiala, who I guess he thinks is in a better position. And it's disallowed for offside. We're up to 4th now in the league. Only Liverpool level on points with us, who are ahead of us in our head-to-head group. Remember, we've not played Liverpool, but it's all mad the way the head-to-head stuff works. The team down in 9th place are on the same amount of points as the team in 3rd place, separated by this head-to-head, and it's a head-to-head where not everybody has played everybody else, and that separating 3rd from 9th, when 9th doesn't get through automatically to the round of 16, feels like it is going to cause all kinds of problems in the Champions League going forward. And we are now level, and we might very well be in that problem ourselves, because I think drawing this game will push us back out of the top 8 and into that filthy playoff that we want no part of. Mendy really should be doing better. I've just noticed Dortmund are 3-0 up against Manchester City. That is a huge scoreline, because City were top of the league going into this. For them to lose so resoundingly against a Dortmund team who are down in, I don't know, where are Dortmund? Oh, they're there, 7th place. But still, that's a pretty huge result. But we need to win this game. So there's going to be changes incoming, probably after this highlight. Unless we score here, we're going to do something drastic. We might fling the diamond out there again. It's always handy. Right, forget waiting. We're doing the diamond now. We're chasing a game. We need to get 2 up top, and we need to properly go for this, because this is not going to plan at all. We're going to take off Havertz, bring on Calvert-Lewin, play those 2 that way round. Sterling's going to come off for Jorginho, and everything else there is fine. We're going to go attacking. This is a disaster for us if we lose here, because even with the 2 wins you would expect us to get in those final 2 home games, I'm not sure that will be enough. This is problematic. We're down in 10th In fact, we're down in 14th place as it stands. We must score at least once, if not twice. We are well off the pace now. We've been to the last 2 finals. Nothing is... Why have I not made any more substitutions? I'm so distracted by the league table. I've only made 2 changes. Oh, no. Oh, the new format has ruined me because I'm so cross with it. I've done something stupid. Really stupid. Oh, no, 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 no. Well, that league table does not make for particularly attractive viewing. We're only 2 points behind Arsenal and Wolfsburg. Obviously, we've played neither of them. So if we do end up level on points with them, goodness knows what happens as far as a head-to-head goes. If it falls back to just general goal difference, we are ahead of both of them on that as well. So it's certainly not all over. We've now got a long wait before Slovan Bratislava and Antwerp. But Slovan Bratislava have 1 point. Antwerp have 4 points. That should be 2 more wins. And then you're just looking at who the likes of Wolfsburg, Arsenal, Liverpool are playing in those final 2 matches. So next round of matches, Arsenal are away against Dynamo and Wolfsburg are away against Paris Saint-Germain. That's a huge opportunity to jump back above them. Obviously, we've got to jump back above a lot of other teams as well. It's not as easy as just chasing Wolfsburg. But then Wolfsburg and Arsenal play each other on match day 8. This is not all over, but it is going to be tight. And we'll see how it plays out tomorrow. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.